All right, I'm bringing us back.
Hi.
Hello, stream. We are back. Yeah, we're back. We're gonna wait for Britt to sit down, but in the meantime, we need to look at Grandma Gucci anyway, who's here with us. So, Grandma Gucci, you've been leading Bob back to the candy shop.
Mm-hmm.
The candy shop is in a dilapidated strip mall. It's the only establishment still uh, that still looks like it sees any sort of use. There's like maybe some flickering neon lights in like a sickly off green color that say candy, and then underneath it somebody scrawled shop.
Uh-huh.
And Bob leads you towards it. This entire time he's just kind of been rambling, like, oh, well, we're doing our best with the other saw. It's not ideal for the purposes, but you understand
Oh,
Bullseye's
yes, of
situation.
course.
It's a pressing situation, and we had to make do. So I'm so glad that you could come immediately and deal with our other saw. And
Oh, right. Well, I would have been here sooner if you had just been a little bit more careful in my junkyard. You know, you're supposed to ring the bell at the gate.
he gives you his like big rotten tooth smile, and he says, "Oh, I always forget."
Everyone always forgets. It's fine. It's what the
Um,
crumbs are for. No worries.
and he pushes open the door and like gestures for you to enter.
And I go inside.
Yeah, immediately upon entering, you hear Booty, Bullseye aren't in the front room. They're sectioned off in the back where Booty does her work. But you hear this terrible grinding noise coming from the back room, and Barker is sitting, is kind of casually in the front room. He's got a lollipop sticking out of his mouth, and he looks up when you come in. And he says, "Ah, Grandma Gucci, just in time. You can fix a bone saw."
Oh yes, that's what I'm here to do indeed. I heard your I can hear that terrible noise that's coming from the back room. You're doing it all wrong, I'm afraid, but no worries. Gucci will fix you up in no time. You'll have the right tools for the right job. Yes.
He nods and gestures you over to this. And you've probably seen this machine before. It's a very temperamental machine.
Mm.
It's a big, like a very big saw, like anchored to a larger piece of motorized machinery. It looks like it might have been used in some sort of factory before. As an audience, we would recognize that this ain't no bone saw, but it's what they call the bone saw.
Of
Is it
course.
like a circular saw, like a disc?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it was maybe used to cut pipes or something in
That's
the
horrific.
factories prior. But Barker is tall and rangy, has like a lot of scruff on his face, and he gestures over to it and he says, "Yeah, every time we turn it on, the saw gets stuck."
Well, let me just take a look here. And she's gonna go and poke her head around it in all the different ways. I do not have things speak, so she's just going to be a regular mechanic here for a minute. You know, she turns it on just to see what happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems like something's caught. You can read a situation. You could open your brain.
Let's read a situation.
You have to choose from that list just before you roll.
Yeah, right. That list. I think this is going to be more appropriate here. Okay. I would like to ask, what should I be on the lookout for?
Yeah, roll your sharp there.
Okie
Oh, lovely. Why is everybody rolling so well? Ugh.
It's
Just
not
wait
my
for me to roll. I'll bomb my
it's-
first one, don't worry.
Goodness.
I mean, if you don't roll, you can't crit.
Goodness. Okay, so what should you be on the lookout for?
Yeah.
You something is caught in this machine. It's way down in the guts of it. But that's definitely wherever's causing the problem is definitely that.
Okay, I have I can ask 3.
Yep, you can.
So um can I consider the problem to be my enemy in the context of these questions?
No, like what you should be on the lookout for is already like what's wrong with the machine. If you want to ask who your enemy is, you'll find out something else.
I mean, I guess we can ask what's my enemy's true position. I didn't think I had an enemy, but why not? Let's find out.
Bob's sitting right next to you.
Bob's sitting right next to me, and he's an enemy in this situation. What? Who's really in control here?
Who's really in control? I think the best answer to that question is Booty. As busy as she is, this is her. This is all hers. You're in her turf.
Okay, so I am going to tell. I think I'm going to tell Bob to leave while I fix this machine. So, all right then, Bob. I'll get at it. I've got my tools here. Just run along and tell Booty that it'll be but a minute.
And he smiles at you and he says, "Oh, Barker can run her the message. I'm very fascinated. Do you mind if I watch?"
Yes. Get out.
Sounds like you are trying to. I don't know. Are you? Is it get out or else, or is it get out and I'll do this other thing that you might want? Like, because he wants.
Yeah,
to stay.
I think it's get out or else I'm not going to do this. Like, I won't do this while you are standing here.
All right. So
It's pretty good leverage.
That is leverage. I think this is a seduce or manipulate.
Oh boy.
Manipulating.
Okay. Let's
Because you're not
manipulate.
like threatening violence, right?
No, I'm not threatening violence. I'm not going to hurt him, but I'm also not going to do what I came here to do. So, partial success.
Oh, the best kind of
Yay.
success. So on a 7 to 9, they'll go along with you, but they need some concrete assurance, corroboration, or evidence first. So Bob pouts at you, in like a really disturbing way to see on a grown man. He makes this very exaggerated, sad face. And he says, "Well, I am so sorry that I'm so distracted, but you understand we must know what's going wrong with this machine."
Of course. So I'll unplug it and I'll like open up the inside, like the panel to get inside of it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And be like, the problem's in there. Now, leave me to it. I don't have time to show you how this works.
All right, that's fair, I suppose. But when you solve this problem, would you mind bringing any remnants of it to me?
Oh, I see. Do you have an idea of what maybe went wrong here, Bob?
And he kind of blushes and giggles. He says, "Oh, I couldn't venture a guess. I'm not an expert like you, Grandma Gucci. Just
I'll
if you
consider it.
happen to find anything, bring it to me.
I'll consider it.
You must.
Fine.
Okay. Good luck. Good luck. I trust you. I have faith in you. And he like hefts himself up, walks past like one of the candy containers and grabs like a handful of pills and starts munching on them as he walks away.
Perfect. All right. I'm going to fix this thing.
Okay. So you take time to, and I don't think we need to. I don't think there's any roles that pertain to this. Are there?
Am I working a gig?
You might be.
I
Or
could pay for this.
I guess you're not bringing it to your workspace.
That's true.
But I think we could use the workspace rules anyway.
Sure.
Resident expert Andrew Gillis, does that seem?
We're deciding between workspace and working a gig.
Yeah.
This is more working a gig, I think. If the fiction is that Grandma Gucci has all of the tools she needs and is just going to fix it,
Yes. That's fair.
then it's definitely working a gig, because the workshop rules are all about like
Not having all of the things and
Yeah.
building something weird like what's under that tarp.
Got it. So let us work a gig. Thank you, Andrew. You're the best. Ask what they have in mind. Sorry, I'm just going over the rules. You have to decide how it goes. You can call for a move. Click snowball of moves. Okay, I think we're going to do a sharp roll. And that will figure out how well you do with this.
I'm very excited. That gives me an XP. I do amazing at this.
Fuck. Okay, I have D&D if I want to fuck people over, which I so rarely do. Yeah, so you dig down into the guts of this machine and you find, of all things, you find a creeping vine gumming up the works. And this is like a tough vine. But it seems to be growing out of seemingly nowhere in the center of this machine.
Interesting. I take it out.
Okay.
And then I put everything back together and I turn the machine on.
It works the way it's supposed to.
Perfect. All right, I'm going to go. You know what? I'm going to take the vine to Bob. I don't trust him, but this is kind of weird. And I don't know if I want to deal with it myself.
So Bob is seated outside of the candy shop because you made him leave. And he's sitting there with Barker, and they're like whistling and like swaying side to side, being chummy.
Well, look who have we here. I'm all finished. And
Bob looks up. Oh, that's wonderful.
Worry, Bob.
What did you find?
I have no idea.
And he picks up this plant matter and he looks at it. He says, "How very odd. Well, thank you so much, Grandma Gucci, for getting to the bottom of this problem. I'm not sure what this is, but I'm sure that between the three of us, we can discover where it came from."
Brilliant. I'll send Booty my bill later.
A bill, of course. Yes, of course. Yes, that is a thing that, of course, you would expect. It's like an awkward pause.
Right. Well, I'm sure that poor boy will now get better. So,
Oh, yes, Booty does the best work, as I'm sure you know.
of course.
And he smiles again with his blackened teeth.
Well, good day to you then.
And Barker pulls a lollipop out of his mouth, and it's it looks like a ball of rust more than candy. And he pulls it out of his mouth and he says, "Have a good one. Thanks for your help." And Bob nods and he says, "Yes, of course. Thank you. You've been most helpful."
Well, I'm glad to see at least one of you has manners. And then she's gonna head back to the junkyard.
All right. So back with the Fast and the Furious, who are ever so fast and ever so furious. You guys are
So
getting
fast,
ready.
so furious.
You're getting ready to head into the city. You would know that the city is very much a place dominated by the screens, and it's not the safest place to be. But it's not. You're not unfamiliar with the trip.
Before we head in, I know Oler was walking away to finish off center. Is Oler coming with us, or what is Oler doing?
Nah, I got my own thing I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah, so you go have fun in the city. Oler's gonna spend some quality time.
Okay. Yeah, so if they are coming with me, which I assume at least a few of the people from the group are coming, I mean, how far do we have to travel to get there? I mean, can we walk? I know it's hot out, but
you kind of have to. Grandma Gucci is the only one that has a car.
yeah. So yeah, I just
You can always come to me for advice.
Is Grandma Gucci nearby?
She's in the opposite direction from the city, but she's pretty close.
Okay. Yeah, I think that we should get some traps from Grandma Gucci before we head into the city so we can catch some food. So I will tell most of the group to meet me over by the by Central, and then head over to Grandma Gucci's to get some traps.
Okay, so you head towards the junkyard. This isn't a space that you frequent too often. I need you to roll plus sharp.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you head into the junkyard to visit Grandma Gucci. And as you're like wending your way through these piles of scrap metal and machinery, you hear an ominous creaking noise. And a large sheet of metal topples off of the top of the pile. And you take 2 harm.
No!
You feel it cut into you, and you like jump most of the way out of the way so that you're not like bisected or crushed by it, but you take 2 harm from it falling down, and you hear like the skittering of something moving away from you. I need you to roll the harm move at a +2.
Which one is that?
So it would just be 2d6 plus 2.
2d6 plus 2, okay.
And you wanna roll low on the harm move.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
That was not low.
Yeah.
That was an inappropriate time to have a really good roll.
Yeah.
Okay, harm. When you suffer harm, roll plus harm suffered. Are you wearing any armor? No, because you have no gear. Right? On a 10+, the MC can choose one Mm. Yeah, I think. Ooh, what do I love making this choice. What do I want to do? You're trapped. You
God damn it.
you almost leapt out of the way to avoid being pinned, but unfortunately, this like heavy sheet of metal like pins you down,
Fuck.
and you're stranded in the junkyard. Metal on you.
And I
What
can't
would you
ask.
do?
I can't like shout out to Granny Gucci and say, Gucci, help me.
I think Granny Gucci is still on her way home. Um,
Can my people who are with me help me? Or am I by
yeah.
myself by force of story?
I don't know that you brought. I think you intended to just go by yourself.
Okay. I
I-
was sending most of the people with like to the central, but I can have sent all of them. That's fine. I can carry the traps by myself, so that's fine. I'll
But you always have access to the maelstrom. You do have access to a powerful
Well,
psychic
I
antenna.
could be there right
Or
now.
yeah, she could use her hold, and Granny Gucci could just be there.
Yeah, let's do that. So like the thing clatters down and you're cut, and Granny Gucci comes around the corner and it's like, oh dear me, someone else hurt in the dear. You're supposed to ring the bell at the gate. Really? Oh goodness.
Do you have any traps that aren't this large I can get?
This wasn't even a trap.
It was a joke. Can you help get this sheet off of me? Please?
Of course, dear. Hold on. I think I might have something. Now, since when I spend the hold, it says I have the proper tools and knowledge, can I have like a staple gun in my bag of tools that I brought to the candy
Shop.
Candy shop? Thank you. I was
Um,
trying to say Candyland, and I was like, nope, that's not it.
I mean, you could have a staple gun.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how this is going to help, but
It's for stapling her wounds closed. Like, it's not a medical staple gun, but it should do the same job.
oh, you're gonna okay.
Yeah.
Well, instant sutures.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Sure.
All right. Just hold still, dear. I'm gonna push the sheet metal off of her there.
Yeah, I'll just like scramble out from under where it was on top of me.
Hold still. You're bleeding everywhere.
Do you have anything? Do you have anything that will keep me from bleeding to death right now?
I sure do. Now just come here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Ready?
What is that? Is that a staple gun?
Well, obviously, yes.
All right. A second. And I hope that I have some, but I'd like to just take a painkiller or two that I have in my pocket.
You have various pills of various descriptions.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna take two of them. Two of the pills in my pocket.
Could you act under fire? The fire being that these pills are not the ones that you should take in this situation.
Yeah. Which one is that? Is that cool? Yeah.
I believe so.
One of them is
Okay,
oh,
yeah.
no.
So you grab some pills and you take them.
like one of them's like ecstasy or something, and it's gonna enhance all of your receptors, and it's all pain.
I don't know. I mean, what are they then? No,
You'll find out.
Okay. All right. I took them. Staple it.
Oh, that would be so terrible.
How
Yeah,
does it feel?
it feels pretty bad.
Ah!
Even if they were painkillers, you literally just swallowed them and they would not be effective yet.
Oh,
So
drugs aren't helping right now.
I
Just
don't know. Medicine works, okay?
keep closing them up. How many does it take? How many staples do I need?
I think you've got a significant wound on two harms, so This
Where
takes
is
some
it at?
time.
Is it my arm or like my?
Yeah, I think your arm. I think it got your arm and like part of your hip. There's just like this long slash down the side of your body, and Grandma Gucci is just
I'm just
stippling
like
it.
kneeled on the ground with my arm out, and I'm just like, oh, just throwing up from pain. Just keep going.
All right, there. That should hold it for now.
And I'm just like, just fall on the ground.
What were you even doing out here?
I just need some traps.
Oh yes, you said that. Traps. Yes. Well, come with me. You might as well come by my. Come. Just, I want to keep you in sight. Come on. I'll collect the traps.
Yeah. Let me know if there's anything else I need to watch for. You got any other metal sheets floating around anywhere above my head?
But there's quite a few, but they should be fairly secure where they're at. I'll have to get Ola up there tomorrow.
If she's in front of me and walking ahead of me, I'm just like, thank God.
Yeah, I think
Sweetie, this is not keep her junkyard in order at all.
I assume that Granny Gucci would help Rill find her way to your workshop. Yeah, you're like helping her walk, and she's limping her way through. So while the two of you make your way to the workshop, Oler, what the hell are you doing?
Well, I want to open my brain to the maelstrom while eating this person.
Reasonable.
For starters.
Same.
And what Oler is thinking about is how to make art. Specifically with this person.
Oh, he's gonna make a
I told you I would bomb my roll, by the way.
Yes.
2 ones.
Oh, thank you.
2 ones.
What does the maelstrom look like for you? Like, what's that like?
I apologize for the dog that's endlessly barking. We'll just have to deal with that. So for Oler, I think this is like, there's like some ritual involved in it. And in this case, I'm like offering up this guy's organs to the wolves in exchange for for them to like tell me things.
Okay.
And so I like pull out his liver and I put it on like a mailbox or something, and I just like sit there and wait for the wolves of the maelstrom to like come on over and start chomping away at this thing.
How is it that you do this but don't get caught by them? Because they're also hunting you.
I mean, as long as I give them something, it's okay.
They're fine. Okay.
I mean, it's dangerous. It's still very dangerous, but you know.
So you set this organ on the mailbox and you wait, and it's very hot out. So, Central was probably already smelly when he was alive, but it's certainly not improved at all by his.
Yeah, I'm just like chewing on some part of him while I sit there cross-legged, just like waiting.
And as you wait, in the distance, you hear the unmistakable grinding noise, and you hear like a brush of feathers as a bird. Maybe it's in meat space. Maybe you're just seeing it. It's unclear, but it lands on this organ, and its talons like sink into it, and it bends its head down and like nips a chunk out of it, and like gore continues to fall from its mouth, and it opens its beak, and like the grinding noise gets very much worse, like this bray of terrible scratchy grinding noise just washes over you. And I think you do get an image of art. But I think the audience would recognize it as like some sort of sacrificial circle drawn in blood, and you see yourself at the center of it, staked out, dead. And I think this experience, I'd like you get a sense of like we're going to like this is insufficient.
Yeah.
We're gonna need a little more.
And I like, gesture over my shoulder. I'm like, I mean, you can have the rest of them, I guess. Is that what you want? I'm like looking up at this bird on this mailbox.
You hear a cough from over your shoulder, and what's left of Center's head, like the eyes open, and he looks at you, and he opens his mouth, and you just hear a reverberation of this grinding noise. And I think it's so bad that you take 1 psi harm.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
There's so many types of harm now. I also can't type psi into control find. It's literally the worst. Let's see. Psi harm. What the F? There's so many. But yeah, you take 1 psi harm. I don't think there's anything particularly special.
No, like special rules around it.
Yeah, it ignores armor.
Of course.
Here. A person suffers psi harm from exposure to the world's psychic maelstrom. When an NPC, no, we don't care about NPCs or player characters. When you suffer psi harm, roll plus psi harm suffered, plus 1.
Cool. Yeah.
Let's see.
I get a 7.
Let's see, on a 7 to 9, choose 1. You miss noticing something important.
Yeah, so I think Oler is just like, okay, well, I mean, he's all yours. I don't want him. It's okay. And I'm like backing away. And then at some point I just like turn and run and just like sprint back to the junkyard.
All right.
I'm
Yeah.
scared.
Yeah, you miss noticing something. In the junkyard, Ramaguchi, you've gotten your patient/supplicant back to your workspace. Also, there might be a move for healing when you're not an angel that we should. Let's see, healing by an angel.
I mean, being stapled back together definitely doesn't rate as any kind of.
Yeah, I don't think that's helpful.
I don't think it is either, but I'm definitely gonna do it.
Yeah, there's nothing for janky staple gunning somebody. If anything, she would take more harm, but I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, so you've gotten real back to your workspace.
Okay.
What are you guys doing? What's up?
I'm starting to collect a bunch of traps. Like she's just puttering around the workspace and like grabbing like pieces of metal that are like chained together and have sharp things on them and like some sticks and stuff like that. And it's just like making like a little pile and talking to herself the whole time. Well, you see, this one's particularly good against the ones that taste like yellow, but it's terrible against the ones with the long legs. So you have to look out. They actually can use it against you. It's very complicated now. But this one, this trap is very heavy, which makes it good to get the flyers. They can't flout off with it. And
while she's doing that, I'm literally trying not to step anywhere.
Yeah, everything is very
and I'm
precarious.
just like watching her, and I'm like looking around. I'm just like wondering how she has not died yet inside of this junkyard.
Yeah, there's like stuff hanging from the ceiling that she just kind of walks around.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to kind of politely be like, oh, because I can't really tell if she's talking to me or just like talking to herself. So I'm like, oh yeah, long legs. Just, oh my God.
So after a while, she's got like a whole stack of different traps, and she just like kind of like hands them to Rill.
Can
Like,
I hold them with one arm?
probably not.
Do you have any way for me to carry this stuff?
Oh, well, I. She's like thinking about it for a minute, and she's like, "Well, I could probably rig something up in a few minutes, but nothing really. I mean, just my car, but I wasn't really planning on going into the city.
Car would be helpful. Do you have time today to drive your car?
Well, I might. What am I getting out of this?
What do you want?
Well, a lady's got to eat, you know.
Yeah. Well, we're using the traps to catch food. Do you want some of the food that we catch?
Oh, well, in that case, yes, certainly. Yes. Now, just,
Right.
come on now. Let's get into the car.
Perfect.
So it seems like we don't need a seduce roll there. Like you're perfectly happy to go along.
I'm super happy to like share food with her if she's happy to let me borrow her car or drive me over there.
Perfect. Yes. Just start this thing up.
What is your car like?
I think it's probably like it used to be red, like, and now it's kind of brown, you know.
Was it like a Buick, like a grandma car?
No, it's a Honda Accord.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
What are the tags on your vehicle?
I don't think I think they're gone.
No, not like city
stickers.
The
like,
actual tags.
like
for
narrative
the vehicle.
tags. I was like, what do you mean they're gone? They're supposed to be on your character sheet. The fuck
I
are you
was
doing?
thinking of fun license plate. I was like,
That was what I was thinking.
Shit that people that actually own cars say. Holy shit.
Oh, I'm dead. I'm sorry. I didn't actually write down any tags, so.
Oh, well, then we should make what your car is, because it must have tags.
It's a Honda Accord. That's what tags. What tags would a Honda Accord have?
All right, so let's look at the creating a vehicle.
Okay.
Business.
Okay.
Let's see. Not that. No. Vehicles. Cars. By default, and you should be writing this down, by default, a car has a speed equal to 0, handling equal to 0, 0 armor, and the massive rating of its frame. So we have to choose the frame. You'll have to forgive me because I don't know shit about cars. Is a Honda Accord compact and buggy? Or compact or a buggy? Is it a coupe, sedan, Jeep, pickup, van, limo, 4x4 tractor? It's not a semi, bus, ambulance, or construction utility vehicle. I know that.
Definitely not. It's either a compact or a sedan.
So pick one.
I think it's a compact. It's pretty, just a small little car.
Okay, so it has a massive equal to 1. And
Okay,
it has 2 battle options. I envision Apocalypse World cars like Pokemon. You're just like, well, this is happening. Time for my car to fight your car. Okay, so strengths. Choose 1 or 2. Fast, rugged, aggressive, tight, huge, off-road, responsive, uncomplaining, capacious, workhorse, or easily repaired.
Probably easily repaired. That makes narrative sense for what I was describing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and probably rugged. This is something that I've pieced together to withstand the apocalypse.
So is it like plated? Did you put spikes on it? Like, what is Grandma Gucci's like apocalypse car? Like, what's that aesthetic?
It's got like it's got like extra pieces of sheet metals like stapled to it or like riveted together. Like 2 or 3 hoods are on top of the hood, you know?
Hoods on hoods. Respect.
Hoods on hoods, exactly.
So for the looks, choose 1 or 2. We've got sleek, vintage, pristine, powerful, luxe, flashy, muscular, quirky, pretty, handcrafted, spikes and plates, as a matter of fact, and garish.
It doesn't have spikes; it just has plates. But I think garish is more in line with the way it looks because there's plates on plates, but they're really nicely put together. It looks more like ridiculous steampunk and less like
That's Mad Max.
Mad Max, yeah.
Okay, weakness. Choose 1 or 2. Slow, loud, lazy, sloppy, cramped, picky, guzzler, unreliable, rabbity.
Definitely cramped. And probably slow.
Okay, so you're that elderly person driving in the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, go. Oh my god. You have the light, go. Okay. Battle options. You get 2. +1 to speed, +1 to handling, +1 to massive, +1 to armor.
Okay, I think I'm gonna take +1 to armor. And okay.
So you can double up on these if you like.
I think it handles pretty well.
Okay.
It may be slow. I'm not going to be able to outrun another car, but I can outrun like a person and some animals.
Okay.
But I can outmaneuver them. It's
So what it sounds like is Grandma Gucci brings you to her. What do you call your car? Do you just call it a Honda Accord and not even know what that is? Like,
it has Honda Accord written on it, but I think she calls it Baby.
She brings you to Baby. Baby,
Right.
The souped up with extra metal plating Honda Accord, fitting you, her, and all of the traps, and one of her cats. I think this one has 5 legs and like wires where a tail should be. It insists on coming. You can't dislodge it.
Of course you do. Don't worry, darling. You can come with me. Yes, you can.
Is it? Where is it? Where's everything at? Like inside of this car?
Is a Honda Accord a 4-seater?
Yeah, theoretically, yes.
Theoretically. In its original form, it was.
Mhm.
I think you and the traps are like squished together in the back seat because the cat is sitting shotgun and it won't move.
So I'm just crammed up with all of these sharp traps and bleeding arm.
The cat
and
has
like,
the most space in this
this
car.
fucking mutant cat is just sitting up in the front.
Yes.
Okay.
If you would like to dislodge it, you'll have to act under fire because it's going to try and claw the shit out of you.
No, I'm just gonna leave it there.
Okay. It just gives you like this baleful stare.
She likes having the cat up there, so I mean, I'm weirded out by this cat, but I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna keep looking at it, like trying to like figure out what in the hell it like used to be or what it's like what it's gonna do.
It's staring at you like very, very intensely.
While we drive.
Exactly. It doesn't take its eyes off of you the entire time. It doesn't even blink. It just
I'm
stares.
just gonna keep kind of like trying to like look out the window, but that's kind of weird because I'm assuming we're going like really slowly, so I'm kind of just like
it's like awkwardly slow. You're staring at the same like rock.
like trying not to let the traps like fall on me, and I just keep looking back at like the cats.
Don't move around so much back there, dear.
Sorry.
Don't want the trap to fall on your head now.
Yeah. Let's So what's going on with your pet?
Oh, my little dear kitty. Oh, isn't he the sweetest thing?
That's a cat, huh?
Oh, yes, there's quite a few of them around the junkyard.
Are they nice?
Well, they are to me.
You can
That's nice.
it's technically not a person, but like the borders of what's considered a person are really fuzzy. You could read this cat if you liked.
Yeah, let's read this cat. How do I do that?
I wish I could read cats in real life because they're tricky.
Really though, it's a sharp roll to read a person.
Oh, right.
Interesting.
Like,
I found
what's
quite,
happening?
quite curious. Let's make sure there's not anything that I'm supposed to do before I do some other bullshit. On a miss, you can ask one of the questions anyway, but be prepared for the worst.
Okay. You look
Your
up
face, you were like, I don't want to do this.
Hold on. What does this cat intend to do?
Funny you should ask that.
What is this animal's intentions?
This cat ultimately intends to see you dead, and it launches itself out of the passenger seat.
No! No fighting in the car! Damn it!
Oh my god!
I
What is
wanna-
it doing? Is it
Can I-
clawing?
Yeah, it's definitely trying.
Can I grab the cat by the scruff of its neck and like pull it off of her while I'm still driving?
You can act under fire. The fire being that you missed something important while you're trying to
Okay.
drive.
That's fine. It can
Yeah.
get back here. No.
So you're like trying to reach back over your. Andrew is the best. You're trying to reach back over your shoulder. Stop this cat.
I'm trying not to knock over the traps. I'm just
And the thing you miss noticing, while driving is, of course, the fleeing in terror Oler sprinting into the
Do they
junkyard.
miss me or do they hit me?
I think we can find out whether you manage to dodge this admittedly slow vehicle after we get back from our second break. And we
This is
will.
why you don't do drugs in a car, okay? Cult leader.
well, that's not. I'm not trying to attack this cat because I'm assuming I'm high by this point. So I don't really. I'm assuming I don't totally know what's going on. So I know that when I'm on drugs, I should just try and not act as much as possible.
Yeah, those drugs. Yeah, there are many things in this situation that are not good for anybody but me. But we'll find out about those when we get back. Thanks for swinging by.